Coming up, we talk to a teen who intends to rock the vote.
We introduce you to our new friends.
And we show you how a few gadgets can get you ready for midterms.
So stay tuned, we've got some great stories ahead right here on
From the Core. Thanks for tuning in to From the Core for the month of October. I'm Jackie.
I'm Brock, and you are in the right place.
Hey Brock, do you know what Tuesday, November 6th is?
Election Day.
That's right.
And that means that some teens will be able to vote this year for the presidential candidate of their choice.
I had the chance to chat with one of these early voters, and here's what I discovered.
Well, Jackie, I have
Latifah Brown has been waiting to cast her vote ever since she was a freshman in high school.
I really want to vote. I want my vote to really count. So when 2012 comes, that's my year. That's when I'm going to vote.
Now that Latifah is 18, she will be passionately exercising her right to vote in the upcoming 2012 presidential election.
I want to vote because I feel that my vote can make a change. Everybody's votes can do something.
Latifah's right, and she's not alone. According to civicyouth.org, 84% of voters between ages 18 and 29 actually cast a ballot in the 2008 elections. But there's still cause for concern because youth registration rates are much lower than older age groups' rates. But guiding youth through the registration process is one potential step to closing this age-related voting gap. So today, I'm going to show you 2 quick and easy ways to register. One way to register is by going online to www.votehillsboro.org and clicking on the Register to Vote tab. After clicking the tab, you can enter your voter registration information. When you're all done, make sure to click Proceed to Review. You can also visit the Supervisor of Elections office located in downtown Tampa. You can find the office on the 16th floor of the county building. To find out exactly how registering at the county center works, we spoke to Public Information Officer Travis Abercrombie.
The ability to register to vote in Florida is actually a fairly simple process. You just need to be at least 18 years old, you must not be convicted of a felony, or if you were convicted of a felony, you must have your rights restored. You must obviously be a Florida resident. You must be adjudicated mentally capacitated with respect to voting. And you must also either fill out an application, and you also must obviously be a U.S. citizen.
By the way, at the age of 16 or 17, you can actually pre-register to vote. Then, upon turning 18, your voter information card will be sent to you in the mail. I'm about to register to vote, and I encourage you to do the same.
Jackie, that was a great story that's important for our generation.
Yeah, it's great to see young adults taking their voting responsibilities seriously.
Folks, this is a show full of surprise. So on the other side of this break, we're going to introduce you to our amazing friends.
Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks, more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Hello, I'm Maddie for this month's Civics 101. Every day, we go through life not really thinking about how things are being run. But if you take a step back to look at how many people it takes to keep a major city such as Tampa going, I think you'll be amazed. The city of Tampa has 1 mayor and 7 people sit on its city council. Also, this great city currently employs 4,346 people. But out of all the people that help Tampa stay up and running, who is the most powerful? The answer to this question right after this.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextsstopwrecks.org.
Before the break, I asked who in city government really has the most power, and the answer is you. As a citizen, you have the power to vote into office the individuals who you think will best benefit the city. You also have the ability to voice your own opinions on issues affecting Tampa. So remember, the average citizen is the most powerful voice in government. Use your influence wisely. For Civics 101, I'm Maddie.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book can be the most family, helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
We at FTC have decided to shake things up a little bit. For you, that means more cool news and information for teens produced by teens.
So we've invited staff from the print and online news source TV2 into our studio. Over to you, Brianna.
In our quest to bring you news and information, we are adding a segment to this show. It's called What Do You Know? From now on out, we'll feature student editors with a TB2 newspaper. They will talk about the news with a teen's perspective in mind, as well as the feature stories in the publication's next edition. And to get the conversation started, I have student editors Liz Sarakis, a junior from Hillsborough High, and Rachel Mowat, a senior from Hillsborough High. Welcome to From the Core.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks. So, Liz, tell me, what is TB2?
Well, TB2 is the Tampa Bay Times high school newspaper, and we are in Pasco, Hillsborough, and Pinellas counties. And I think we differ from actual high school newspapers because we provide a unique twist, I guess. We actually write like we would speak, while some other publications are a little more mature. We're not suitable for adults. We're just teens.
Is TB2 online as well as a newspaper?
Yes, we're available at tb-2.com.
So how many student staffers are on TB2?
We have 50 students on our staff.
And are they from all different schools or?
We have, they're all from 27 different high schools.
Okay. Rachel, what inspired you to become a part of the newspaper?
Well, I love photography, and I just love having the ability to take people's stories and share them with the rest of the world. And I really want to go into journalism as a career, and this was just an opportunity that I couldn't pass up.
Now, Liz, I know that you write, so do you and Rachel collaborate together on stories?
We've done it so many times. Actually, in our big issue that went out to all the homes that received the Tampa Bay Times, we got to get with a mother and daughter who both went to the same high school, and they're both on the dance team. So it was really fun to relive the mother's high school experience while talking to the daughter.
Yeah. It was definitely
cover that together.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The photography opportunities were great.
Good. What was the process for you to become a student staffer at TB2?
Well, first, once I found out about it through the different advertisements as well as my journalism teacher, all you have to do is go online and apply, and then they select you, and I got selected, and from there I just began to participate more and more within the newspaper, and that made me eligible to be an editor.
And Liz, you're also an editor as well?
Mm-hmm, yes.
So tell me about some highlights or some favorite stories that you have experienced with TB2.
Well, one of the favorite stories that I have right now is from our September 27th issue. A student from Eastlake and a student from Tarpon, who are two giant rival schools, and we had them switch schools for the day. So it was really nice to see what they took in that day.
Another story actually that we did, which is one of my favorites right now, is one of our staffers, Olivia. We hooked up this camera harness to her, and she bravely went into the Hollow Screamer, the haunted mansions there, all by herself, and it like recorded all of her different reactions. It's hilarious.
I also heard that you do community service also. Can you explain more about that?
Last year, we got a group of staffers together and we helped out Metropolitan Ministries doing different things, helping with the food as well as the toys, and it was just a really good service project and really good staff bonding.
So the next few editions sound great. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
This issue, the upcoming one, we do a lot of college coverage. Throughout the year, we try to get as much college coverage as we can, how to get into colleges, different profiles on certain colleges, but we do 2 main issues during the year that are strictly college focused. So.
Yes, and we have really great stories in this one. We have one about a student who took a gap year, and that's interesting because most high schools wouldn't publish that in their actual papers. So we got a cool angle with that. We also talk about how to get into your reach school or your fallback school. So we explore different angles, and that's one really great thing about TB2 is we cover all aspects of our stories.
So we can't close the show without talking about Halloween.
Sure. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for that. That's our October 4th issue, and it's going to be great. We have about just things that creep people out, so like delivering a baby, that's pretty creepy. One of our staffers did that this summer. People who are afraid of elevators. We're forcing a girl who's afraid of elevators to ride in an elevator at her school, which is doubly creepy. And I'm talking about being a creep because I have like a celebrity stalking problem. So we're talking about being creepy.
That sounds great. I cannot wait to read about it. Thank you both so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
And make sure to look for TB2 at your high school every Thursday and online at tb2.com.
Stay tuned. From the Core, we'll be right back with more.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
This is From the Core. I'm Brock.
And I'm Jackie. It's plain to see that technology is all around us, from our homes to the mall and especially in our schools.
But many teens just are not taking advantage of what's at their fingertips.
So in our monthly trending segment, Nino focuses on what students can do with technology to stay ahead of the class.
Today, students are constantly struggling with homework, and more homework. But with the help of modern technology, it can not only reduce the workload, but help them complete it in a more fast and efficient way. Today, I have Jacob Trunzo here with me to help explain the different types of technology that will help students with their assignments. Hi, Jacob. Thanks for being here today.
Glad to be here.
So tell me, what devices do we have here with us?
Today we've got the iPad and the iPhone 4.
Okay.
So on the iPad, we've got notes, iBooks, camera, or calculator, and also Safari, which is an internet browser.
Okay. Did you open the notes?
It'll sync to all their devices. It'll go straight to their computer or to their iPhone or any other Mac-enabled device that they have. Okay. On Calculator app, we've got a basic function calculator, but also functions as a scientific calculator, which will do all your basic functions of a scientific calculator that can cost you upwards of $100 at times.
Wow, that's a lot.
And then you've also got iBooks, which will allow you to pull up PDF files and any other text files you need on a daily basis, and you're able to load them straight onto the iPad from your computer.
A local high school named the Academy of the Holy Names has recently distributed an iPad out to every student from the 3rd to the 12th grade. Do you feel like this was a good idea?
I think it's a great idea. Young students you see walking around with their backpacks, they're huge, they're full of books. I mean, they're taking notes, they have all this workload. The iPad allows them to shrink that all into this one device. You can load your books on it, you can load your notes on it, and you can surf the web and do your research on it too.
Not to mention it's a lot lightweight.
So, also to go along with that lightweight, you've got the iPad or the iPhone. The iPhone has all these same functions and an even smaller load. You can take your notes, you can do your textbooks, all those different things on it.
Wow. We all know what applications are, certain programs that help students, even everyday people, carry out specific functions. What type of applications would specifically help students with homework?
The biggest one I would say is reminders. Reminders allows them to post something in their phone and set a time or a location even to remind them. Once you put that in, once you arrive at your location or that time, it shows up and rings and comes down in what they call the notification center, right where they can see it, and it reminds them to do it. Then you've also got the graphing calculator. Graphing calculators can cost you almost $100 at times. It lets you type in your equation, it'll graph it, you can do all the basic functions, you can find your intercepts, all those things that students are able to do.
Now, Apple recently announced the release of a new iPhone 5. What do you have to say about this?
The iPhone 5 is nice and all, but it seems like what they're doing is just improving on features they've already had. It does have a faster processor and a larger screen, but other than that, it's basically the same phone.
Wow, I had no idea there were so many different types of apps and technology that can help students with their homework and assignments. Thank you for being here with today, Jacob, to help us explain what these technologies are.
Thank you.
We hope this month's trending segment has given you insight into how technology can help improve your school life.
Next on FTC, one young man touts the benefits of long-distance running.
Bring this week.
Now it's time for a new segment called Point of View, or POV for short.
Our guest, Zachary Calloway, tells us about lessons learned while running long distance.
Hello, my name is Zachary Calloway, and I'm going to tell you about the fun you can have in the sport of long-distance running. Since the 1970s, running has become one of the most popular pastimes for people across the country. But what causes over 20,000 people a year to want to run 26 miles in the New York City Marathon alone? It's because once you start running, you will never want to stop. I started running when I was 9 years old. My dad introduced me to the sport, and I fell in love with it instantly. I started running the most common race, the 5K, which is 3 miles, and now I have done 3 half marathons in the past year alone. I enjoy running so much because there are so many advantages and opportunities to have a great time. For example, there are many health advantages to running. While you run, you're burning calories, strengthening your lungs, and getting a healthy cardio workout. Many people, including myself, run to stay in shape or to improve their overall health. You don't have to be an Olympic runner to simply go out and start jogging with your friends or family. Just running a couple times a week can greatly benefit you in the long run. Most runners also enjoy going to races as a social event, not just a physical one. When you go to a weekend race, hundreds of people gather to run for a cause or to raise money for a disease such as cancer. The energy of all the people is very exciting, and they motivate you to take that first step towards finishing your first race. Often, races will hold post-race parties or activities. There can be live music, dancing, and even some delicious food. Running gives people a chance to get together and stay healthy while having fun. Another reason why running is so popular and fun is that often people run as a chance to relax and clear their head of their busy day. Runners love to jog at a steady pace, which increases blood and oxygen flow to the brain, allowing people to relax and think more clearly. If you run in a park or other natural environment, you can enjoy getting some fresh air while running with beautiful scenery surrounding you. In conclusion, with all of the benefits of running, it is clear why so many Americans enjoy this fun and healthy workout with their peers and family.
Wow, I had no idea there was so much to the sport, and anyone can do it too. Next time you have nothing to do, throw on some running shoes and go for a jog.
Now, we shout about some local teens who have done some truly amazing things, from participating in the RNC to the Olympics.
First, we'd like to acknowledge Erin Fessler, a freshman at Steinbrenner High School. She won the Republican National Convention Art Contest, which asked students, "What does America mean to me?" She creatively answered the question through her painting titled Perseverance, Innovation, Sacrifice, Liberty, Unity, and Strength. Because she won, she got to hear Republican candidate Mitt Romney's speech on the last day of the RNC.
We'd also like to shout about Jake Kennedy, a senior from Berkeley Preparatory School who organized a Neil United event at the Sundome a week before the RNC to pray for it and the well-being of our nation through music. Singer Becca Shea, Texas Rockers Illuminate, and other bands and speakers from the Tampa area all performed at the event. Jake is clearly a leader who is destined for success.
Finally, we'd like to recognize Paige Riley, a Clearwater teen who competed in the Olympics this summer in the women's laser radial medal race in the sailing run. She came in 6th and is currently a freshman at the University of Florida.
Wow, those teens are leaders who can be an inspiration to us all.
Well, that about concludes our show.
But this is only the beginning of an exciting new chapter on From the Core.
See you next month.